Hello everybody and welcome back to the St. Thomas Dynasty here on NCAA 14. This is John J Gaming on the mic, and today we are going to take on the Tulane Green Wave from the American Conference here today, and it should be a good one. We have one recruit visiting us in Terrell Bullock, who is a guard from the great state of Minnesota. So hopefully we can do enough to oppress him here today. But now it's time to get into some game action, as one of the first plays of the game, Chad McKenzie makes a catch from a Walden throw. Man took it from shotgun and made do with what he had, as now Jesse Walden in this time doing a play action, and Chad McKenzie drops that pass. Could have gone for some good yards, but we fortunately weren't that lucky. And now we have a 2nd and 10 in front of us, as now John Christensen, he's breaking a tackle. He breaks another tackle. He able to almost broke through a couple more guys. Got another first down for us. Our offense looking pretty solid, as they are just not accounting for Jesse Walden's legs either. He gets another 20 yards on that run. And then here we go. We got him on the read option, making this defense look silly. He almost gets back up to maybe get some more yards, but he is marked down in the red zone as we keep our drive going. There's Andrew Green making another nice catch. That's his first catch, the custom recruit true freshman. And then 2nd and inches, we're going to have Denny Dilkins run up the middle, and he's nearly in the end zone, but he's just shy. And then a couple plays later, we'll finish it off with a handoff to John Christensen. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we take an early lead on the Tulane Green Wave, hoping that we can get some revenge on these guys. As if you remember last season, we actually played these guys late in season 2, and we just had a really hard time tackling these guys, as there's Swan getting a sack. That's his 4th sack. But yeah, we just had a hard time tackling these guys. We nearly get to them again, but there's that Heisman Cheese on the run, still able to get a perfect throw to Johnny Fernandez for a huge game. I can't believe they managed to get that off, as it looks like they're getting some more momentum, as Matt Gent has to make the tackle, stops the touchdown. But now Tulane is looking to tie this game up all of a sudden, as now 3rd and 9. We do end up stopping them to a point where they do settle for a field goal, and it's a 4-point game. So now Tommy's looking to make this a 2-possession game, as it's nearly intercepted. Kevin Stone was dealing with a one-on-one and couldn't quite come away with it. And so now it's going to be 2nd and 10 for your Tommies. As we're looking around, we're going to throw a nice dot to Andrew Green, who he gets a catch and a lot more. 18 yards this time around. Andrew Green has been a good ad. He's only 50-something overall, but Duke is balling out for a true freshman, and I love to see how he develops going forward. As now 3rd and 6, Jesse Walden's looking around, and we just throw it to Mark McDaniel to hope he gets something. And I don't know how we get this ball off, nor I do not know how we got the first down, but we got both. I'm shocked that we got it, but I'm certainly not complaining. Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky and good, and we certainly got lucky there. Is now, thanks to that first down, the Tommy's offense is still able to roll. And look at this, somehow able to get out of there. I thought that man was going to be sacked for some lost yards, and he's able to get out of there, and then he's able to turn into a 20-yard run. Like, look at this. This dude was bottled up. I thought he was okay. He was getting sacked, and then he's able to get out of there, avoid another defender. And then it turns into this. Jesse Walden's just going to go ahead and finish it up right here. Jesse Walden made that happen on that drive, running around, making some great decisions early on. And so now it's a 14-3 game here early in the first, but then they're going to come right back with a heat of their own, as the first play for them following our touchdown, Andy Thompson gets a huge gain. And so now the Tulane Green Wave are threatening, and then they get into the end zone. Jaquan Jackson gets a perfect catch, and then is able to break a tackle, and now it's 14-10. We got ourselves a good game, as Kevin Stone this time makes a catch, and has a nice catch and run. 27-yard gain there, and that's going to end the first quarter actually. It's a 14-10 ball game, and we got some excitement here in Minnesota. So now, first play of the second quarter. It's going to be a read option once again to Jesse Wallen. He takes it up the gut for some good yards, and we nearly have 100 yards rushing. We're doing a lot better this season with establishing our run game, and I think that's really helping out with our passing game as well, as Danny Dilkins, our custom recruit from season 1, he was redshirted last year, but now he's back and better than ever, as now our drive does stall. Unfortunately, we had to settle for a field goal. Now it's a 17-10 ball game, as we nearly blew that quarterback up like a Christmas tree on their first play of their following drive. Somehow able to escape. And then Carroll, he's going to take it to the outside. It's a huge run up the right-hand side. Don't know if anyone's going to be able to catch him. It looks like that's not going to be the case. Of course, Fitzpatrick knew he gets there, though. And all of a sudden, it's a tie game. So now it's definitely looking like we got a shootout on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. As now following ensuing kickoff. Here comes John Christensen going up the sideline. He's able to get to almost the 40-yard line, giving us some amazing field position to work with on our next drive. And it's so cool, by the way, to see that we have so many fans in the stands. This time last year it was some empty stands, but because of the win that we had against Old Dominion, you know, we got some folks excited about us, and now we have this stadium nearly filled. And I love to see that, as John Christensen takes a run up the middle. He gets another big gain for us. We already have over 100 yards rushing. Let's go. Ensuing play, Jesse Wallen takes the play from shotgun. It's going to be a throw up the middle to Kevin Stone. He's able to pick up the first. Nice catch, as that was some tight coverage on that one. And then 3rd and 2, John Christensen picks up a bunch of yards for us, making it look easy. Those first couple of years investing on our offensive line definitely paying off today, if I say so myself. As now, Jesse Wallen, he's going to truck a guy. He almost gets another touchdown. That would have been his second. But it looks like they're going to mark him down at the 1-inch line. So now a couple plays later, we're going to hand it off to Danny Dilkins. And he gets in the end zone. That's his first touchdown in 2 years. Welcome back, Denny, and welcome back in a big way, as that gives us our lead right back here in this first half. As now Tulane will try to get some more points on the board before the end of the first half, as I do believe that Tulane does start with the ball, as there's Justin Parker throwing Andrew Patterson to the ground. Now they have a long 3rd down coming up here, as Patterson's going to try to scramble. He's able to get away from a couple of our guys. Of course, Fitzpatrick thankfully was able to be there and stop him from getting any more yardage, but it is a first. As now there's a minute 20 left here. Patterson going to his left. He gets it off to Jaquan Jackson, who burned us on a long touchdown throw earlier in the game. This time we contain him to 8. So now 2nd and 2 coming up here, and this time he's going to scramble. And there's Josh Parker again, getting his first sack of today's game. It backs him up a few yards. It's a long 3rd down coming up here. And so they try to go deep on us, but we were ready, as Brian Cook does a great job playing some man defense. And so now we have an opportunity to extend this lead before the end of the first half. As John Christensen, he gets a nice block from Marv Santana, and he gets it off to across the 40. We have some amazing field position to work with before the end of this first half. So now, first play of this drive to try to get some points before the end of the first half. We're going to dump it off to John Christensen. He nearly picks up the first, and we're going to go ahead and call our first timeout after that. Next play for us, Jesse Wallen, of course, sitting in the shotgun. Wallen, he's going to look around. He's going to throw a dot to Kevin Stone, and if he didn't walk out of bounds there, he could have gotten so much more, because he beat the defense. He was ready for so much more. But we got to do with what we have, and Jesse Wallen, he's going to go ahead and scramble upfield for 6 more. Trying to throw them a little bit off bounds. You know, we still have plenty of time. Got 20 seconds left here on the clock. As now Wallen, he's looking around. He's going to just throw this one away. And so with 16 seconds left, we're going to see what we can do here, as Wallen dropping back. Quick throw to Freddie Gibson. and it's another first down. We get it in the red zone. So all we gotta do, we have an opportunity here to make this a 2-touchdown game. Just gotta see if we can make it happen. He's gonna try to throw it up the middle, but it's intercepted by Nick Williams, who is able to read the quarterback, get the interception, and that's gonna be the end of the first half. Actually, we have a touchdown lead, but we got a long way to go. A lot of football left to be played. Okay, so here we go. First play of this second half, and we started off right as Marv Santana comes from the safety position and just sets a tone as we force them to go 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. And then there's Marv Santana again throwing down a big block as John Christensen is able to go up the sideline. It's a great return. We're starting on their 35. So now our first possession starts in Tulane territory. Can we capitalize? And we almost blew it. That pass was nearly picked off this time by Tyler Judson, but luckily it was dropped. We have still an opportunity to keep this thing going. As we're looking around, we find Mark McDaniel on the right hand side. While we're scrambling, things were clogged up in the middle, but thankfully we're able to get to the outside and get some good yardage because of it. Now John Christensen takes another carry. He gets 8 on that one as Christensen eclipses 50 yards, which is an achievement given the lack of running that we did, last season. It's just a completely different squad, man. We're playing so much better. And now look at this, 2nd and goal. We're going to hand it off to Dilkins again. He nearly gets his 2nd touchdown. Alas, he brings it to the 2-yard line. Hopefully he stays on the field so we can show him a little bit of love. But sadly, it's going to be John Christensen be able to get into the end zone instead, which, hey, I have some love for Denny Dilkins, but hey, a touchdown is a touchdown for us, and we make this a 2-possession game. So now Tulane is back on the field trying to make something happen here. We're going to try to throw it to Santana's direction. He's shaken off, but multiple Tommies are there to rally to bring him out of bounds. It's a short third down as Patterson's going to scramble. Unfortunately, Josh Parker was there, but he fell down. We couldn't catch him in time before he got the first, as now he has positive rushing yards. 8 carries for 5 yards, though, shows how much this man actually scrambles, as now Tulane is looking to put a drive together and trying to cut this lead back down to 1 possession. But 1st and 10, Patterson is looking around. He's going to scramble this time. He's going to be stood up by Malachi Jackson, and he forces a fumble, and there's Josh Parker bringing it back, and we're in Tulane territory again. What a scoop and what a fumble by our defense. They're just playing out of their minds so far, as now St. Thomas is looking to put an early dagger into this Tulane football team, as we are in the red zone and we are just a few yards away from making this a 3-score game, as Jesse Wallen eclipses 100 yards rushing on the ground. Dude has been a boss this season when it comes to his rushing game. And the next play, he's brought down in the backfield, but it's a face mask penalty, and so that means it's a half the distance to the goal, and we will be set up on the 5-yard line courtesy of Cedric Light. So now after the penalty, Jesse Wallen tries to throw to Freddie Gibson, but there's some miscommunication, so that pass is incomplete and thrown in the stands. But then next play, though, we do break a man's ankles on the way to the end zone, and suddenly we have another 3-touchdown game. So now we have another big lead, but can we hold on and finish strong? And right now, it's looking a little bit like the ODU game, as the first play for Tulane, we get them for a loss, but because Brian Cook is called for the face mask, they get the automatic first down. You hate to see it, but here we go. 2nd and 9, Patterson, he's looking around, he's tripped up, but then here comes Brian Cook. Oh no, it's Corey Fitzpatrick. He comes in and finishes the sack, hits him with the finisher, and now it's a long 3rd down coming up here as they try to throw to the right, and it's picked off again by Malachi Jackson. This dude has been all over the field. What an athletic grab, by the way. dude had to really get up there to make that interception, as now they have some great field position to work with once again, as Jesse Wallen is going to be able to pick up another first down the legs. They have no answer for him on the ground. So next play, we call a triple option, basically a fancy triple option with the little motion stuff. Get some 7 on the ground from John Christensen, as we're doing a great job of our running game. We're doing a great job in this game in general, as we have a 38-17 lead going into the final quarter of play. Alright, so here we go. 3rd and inches going into the final quarter. And first thing we do, we just do what we've been doing this whole game. Just give the ball to John Christensen and Jesse Wallen and let them run this defense to a pulp. As there's John Christensen throwing a man to the ground on the way to another 8 yards. As it looks like Tulane's starting to get a little tired. So we're going to go ahead, try to do some slants, and it gets to Kevin Stone. He gets about halfway to the goal line. And now it's a short 1st and goal coming up for us as we nearly get lit up like a Christmas tree. Jesse Wallen thankfully was able to get the ball off before getting to avoid the sack. But then 3rd and goal, we try to get to Mark McDaniel, and he's just short. And so we have a big lead, so we're just going to go ahead and settle for a field goal. But we do get a 3 and out, though, on their next possession. So we have the ball right back, and really at this point, it's just a matter of just finishing these guys off. There's 3.5 minutes left on the clock. We're just going to go ahead and just start draining this clock out, as we still, have ODU in the back of our minds. Just go ahead, finish them off. But we're finishing them off big, though, as Christensen's able to get off a nice run. 17 on that one. And then look at this. 15 seconds left. We're just going to go ahead and rub it in a little bit as Desi Lindsay gets into the end zone. And that is going to do it here in Minnesota, as we are going to walk away with a 48-17 win to move to 2-0 on the season, already matching the total wins we had last year. And it just feels really good to get some revenge on a team that just embarrassed us last season. So it's a great day for all Tommies fans all around. Checking out the stats for our boys today. Jesse Wallen put on a decent show. He had over 200 yards passing. He did have the 1 pick, though. He just needed to put some more air on it. That probably would have been a touchdown, and he was close to getting a couple more touchdown passes as well. But check out this running game, though. We dominated on the ground, though, as Jesse Wallen and John Christensen combined for 4 touchdowns. Wallen had 135 yards, and Christensen had 110 yards. Dilkins and backup quarterback Desi Lindsay also got into the end zone as well today, so you love to see that. Our receivers, man, we don't really throw the ball as much as we did last year, but when we do, we've made it count. Kevin Stone led us today in both catches and yards. He had 6 catches for 80 yards today, and he's up to a 69 overall. So Kevin Stone's been putting in that work as well. And then finally, man, this defense balled out today. We only allowed 17 points, and we didn't have a heart attack in the 4th quarter. So that's what I love to see from this defense. Marv Centennial and William Swan both had 5 tackles, which led the squad. And then we had William Swan also led us in sacks again. He already has 5 sacks for 2 games. That is insane. And then Josh Parker and Malachi Jackson also had sacks. Speaking of Jackson, though, Jackson also had an interception, which was a pretty athletic play, if I say so myself. And then Derek Jackson, one of the heart and souls of this defense, man, forced a fumble, and then Josh Parker was there to pick it up. So great job today for our defense. So on top of that huge dub that we got on the football field, we also got a nice dub on the recruiting trail as well, as Darrell Bullock, the guy who visited campus, saw us play Tulane. He loved what he saw, man, and he's going to be a Tommy next season. So I'm so glad to have him on the squad. And I just have a feeling that something magical is going to happen this season. We only won 2 games our first 2 seasons in this dynasty, and we already won our first 2 games, and we won them convincingly. ODU was a little scary, but it was convincingly. And next up, we have Buffalo on the docket up next, and they are certainly a beautiful team too. If we keep playing the way that we've been playing, we can make something amazing happen. So hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new, hit me up in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time with some more college sports gaming action. Hope you all have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care.